Buddies, hello and welcome to another Wednesday and another episode of AC. That's me talking bowls, and what a load of bowls I talk, apparently. So guys, thanks for joining me. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you're not already a bowls buddy and a member of this wonderful community, please hit the subscribe button, totally free of charge. Don't forget to hit that notification bell for notifications of new content on the channel. Always nice to get that one out of the way. So, hello, welcome, bienvenue, willkommen, etc, etc. It all started hotting up last night in the Murfield League, and that's what I'm going to talk about first. If you remember, cast your mind back a week ago. Lower Hopton versus Flying Horse, they didn't complete the game because of COVID issues. I think people were self-isolating, and that game was completed yesterday before last night's games, and it ended up with Lower Hopton actually losing at home to Flying Horse. I'll just get it, I think it was 5-7, yes. Lower Hopton A5, Ossett Flying Horse A7. So that meant that going into last night's games, top of the league were Lower Hopton with, I don't know the points total, let's start again. Top of the league were Lower Hopton, and they were 3 points ahead of my team Thongsbridge, who were 3 points ahead of Pudsey. And to make it a little bit spicier, Pudsey were travelling to Lower Hopton, and Thongsbridge were welcoming their friends from Leeds, Crossgates. Always lively, that one. So, what happened, you ask? Well, I'm going to tell you. Starting off with the Thongsbridge Crossgates game. That's the one I was at, so that's the one I know about. We actually were quite buoyed by the situation, and we were really looking forward to hopefully a big win that would put us in with a real chance of reclaiming the Murfield League crown. Alas, nobody told Crossgates about the plan of ours, and they just came and played extremely well, as they tend to do now and again. 2 winners apiece in the first 4. The middle 4 was disastrous for Thongsbridge. We only had 1 winner, and then we had 1 winner in the last 2. So we ended up with 4 winners, but fortunately all our losers were fairly high scores. Crossgates were, their losers were fairly low scores, so we managed to just nick the aggregate. So it was a 6-all game. Very rare in the Murfield League, a 6-all game. But yeah, couldn't take anything away from Crossgates. They played the green extremely well. Meanwhile, not many miles away, over at Lower Hopton, they were taking on Pudsey, and we were hoping for a similar sort of score, 6-all. That'd be good. Nothing gained, nothing lost. Alas, Lower Hopton put in a great performance, and they had 7 winners in the aggregate, so won their game 9-3. I'll just run through the other results while I'm on the page. Ossett Flying Horse 8, Dearn Sports 4, Thongsbridge 6, Crossgate 6, Denby Grange 4, Crossland Moor 8, Littlemore 10, Lower Hopton B2. So that means at the top of the table you've got Lower Hopton on 131 points. Second of Thongsbridge with 125 points, and in third place of Pudsey with 119 points. And not to totally discount them, Crossgates are in fourth with 118 points. So that's the situation at the top of the table. Hopton 6 points in front. They've got to go to Crossgates, so they're not guaranteed to get a lot of points there. We travel to Dearn, which sometimes we do well at, sometimes we don't do so well at. For me it means setting off at Monday afternoon for a Tuesday night game. It's that far away. But last night should have been my last game for Thongsbridge, but somebody's going to put me up for the night, which is always nice, so I'll be making the long trek to Dearn. Hopefully I'll get selected. If not, I'll just enjoy the nice curry that we're going to have after the game. And Pudsey are at home to the Flying Horse. So 6 points between the top 3 teams. Yeah, it's still possible, but Hopton are probably big favourites. If they get sort of 3 winners, that means we need to get 7 in the Ag just to sort of draw level with them. So big ask, but who knows? We'll just go and see what happens. That's all we can do. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the table, it's also very tight. 2 go down from this division. Denby Grange are third bottom on 79. Lower Hopton B are on 79, and Ossett Flying Horse are on 74. As I say, Ossett are going to Pudsey, so it's likely they won't get many chalks there, but who'd have thought they'd have won at Hopton. But the big sort of playoff game, if you will, is, I'm just checking where it is. I couldn't remember who was at home, who was away. Lower Hopton B are playing Denby Grange, last game of the season. Winner stays up. Personally, no offence to any of my friends in the Lower Hopton B team, but I hope Denby Grange manage to stay up. I just feel having 2 teams from the same club in that top division just skews it a little bit. I know that I think it'd be better if you did have that situation where you'd have set squads for each team rather than being able to move them from one to the other. That's my own personal opinion. I just think it skews the league a little bit. But anyway, we'll see next week, won't we? I would imagine Lower Hopton B are favourites at home, but whoever wins that game stays up. So that's a fantastic situation at the end of what's been a fairly tough season, really. We'll swap over to the other league I sort of focus on. And last week there weren't many games. Rosendale Rhinos finished off their game with Pendle Lions. We had 4 winners in the aggregate at home, plus the overall aggregate, which I think was a 15-5 win for Rosendale. But the 2 games that were played, Bury Blackjacks versus Ribble Valley Knights. Bury Blackjacks had a 14-6 win. And who else played? Darwin Spitfires versus Preston Spartans. And Darwin had a good win here, 16-4. Darwin are the dark horses at the minute. They've played very well against Rosendale. They've played well all season from what I can gather talking to 1 or 2 of the players. So they've really been dark horses. The table, it's a bit skewed because Darwin have played an extra game at the top and Preston Spartans have played an extra game as well. Haywood are a game behind, but there's a lot of teams. There's 7 teams all with a chance of getting in the top 4 for the playoffs at the end of the season. I'll just run you through this next week's games, but there's no venues on, unfortunately. So Bury Blackjacks are playing Pendle Lions. Again, it's not been updated with the venue, so I can't tell you where they're playing. Hare Valley Bandits are playing Ribble Valley Knights. Blackburn Bulls are playing Darwin Spitfires. That's a local derby. In fact, you won't know who's playing for who, because they've got Blackburn players playing for Darwin and vice versa. Preston Spartans versus Hyndburn Hornets, and finally Haywood Hawks versus Rosendale Rhinos. Actually, if I use my brain, which I don't do a lot these days because I'm just resting it. Now I've finished my teacher training, waiting for work to start in September. I'm just trying to rest the brain where possible. The venues are actually on the Facebook page for the league, so let's just quickly run through it. Haywood Hawks are playing on Hotwood Rec. I hope that's been cut or else it's a right thrutch. Burnley Bulldogs playing Briarcliff Bowling Club. That is a very nice green as well. Usually a bit pushy but very uphill and downhill. Hyndburn Hornets on Free Gardeners Bowling Club. That's a nice little compact and bijou green. Darwin Spitfires on Whitehall. I think that's the round green, isn't it? Bury Blackjacks on Whitefield. No doubt Gary will be dragged out of bed to play for that one, since it's just round the corner from his house. Very nice big green. Blackburn Bulls are going to Dugdale Bowling Club. Now that's a green I've never been to, so I can't tell you anything about it. Pendle Lions are going to their Banker Green of Foleridge, which first time you go it sort of messes with your head. It's very, very small, got a little bit of a cut-out section. Some would say, not me because I like it, some would say it's a nonsense green. Take from that what you will. Preston Spartans are playing on Frenchwood Bowling Club. That used to be a staple for the North Lancs County. Again, never been there, but I know a little bit about the green. Ribble Valley Knights are playing Sabden Bowling Club, which is arguably one of the best surfaces in the country. Very big green, always well looked after, and you'll always get a nice welcome at Sabden. Rosendale Rhinos are playing at our Banker Green Gag Hills, which I know nothing about, and I'm not telling you anything. And Ayr Valley Bandits are playing at Sutton Park Bowling Club, which again I don't really know about. And apparently there must be a rearranged game taking place. Haywood Hawks are playing a double header on Hotwood Rec, so I think straight after that game they'll be playing Burnley Bulldogs, again on the same green, which is very, very, very interesting. Have I missed one out? I think I've missed... No, we're right. I think I'm sorted. So there we go. That's up to date on the Farleys Premier League. There's a few final days going on this weekend. I think the Grange finals on Saturday. Allen's Green takes place Sunday lunchtime. Apart from those two, I don't know of any others. I'm sure there's plenty going on, but again, if I don't know about it, I can't tell anyone what's happening. So there you go. So organise. If you want me to just promote your final event or whatever, just drop me a line and I'll give you a mention, give you a shout out. Maybe you might get a few extra spectators along. I got asked a question last week and I never went through it. I said I would go through it. A gentleman at Pudsey collared me and he asked me a question. I think Callum Raitt had asked him at the finals day the previous week, and the question was, I hope I've got this right, which players have won the Spring Waterloo, the Main Waterloo, the All England and the Champion of Champions? And I think there's 6 players done it. Could be wrong at that. That's what I was told, that there were 6 players. And I think I got 4, possibly 5, and I said I would go away and look up the last one, but I never did. But a little quiz question for you. So if you guys think you know the answer to that, which players have won Spring Waterloo, Main Waterloo, All England, Champion of Champions? It doesn't have to be in the same year, obviously, because that will be a hell of an achievement. But who's won them in their careers? I think there's 6 players. If you want to drop me a line on the usual email address or leave a comment down below, that'd be great. And maybe I might give a prize away. I'll find something to give away. I don't know if anyone's interested. If not, then I won't bother. But drop us a line and yeah, I'll see if I can do a giveaway. I don't know what, I'll come up with something. So I think that's all I'm going to talk about for today. Friday's comment corner is looking a lively one. There's been a lot of comments left on my YouTube comments, so that'll give us something to have a right good natter about. So I'm going to call it a do there because I need to get ready, because I'm off to Newcastle to watch Burnley Reserves play Newcastle Reserves in the Carabao Cup. It's the only way I was going to get to Newcastle, to be honest. So I've never been, I've always wanted to go, so why not? It's a Wednesday, it's better than going to the pub, I guess. So I'll say bye for now. If you're going on the green, stay safe, look after one another, and hopefully you will join me on Friday for Comment Corner. See you then.